Alright, so all this foam on the ground behind me, let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. All this foam, I got some big blocks here, I got some long pieces here. This piece here is about 10 foot long. Got this from work, they're throwing it away, it's broken, so that's the piece that broke off. I'm going to cut this down, get it glued up, and I'll show you what we're doing. Alright, I got a lot of it cut up into big blocks now. Now I'm going to glue all these together. And what I'm going to use is great stuff. Let me show you what that is. Hold on. This stuff here is called great stuff. Spray some of this on, push it together, pull it back apart, let it get tacky, and then push it back together and you get a permanent bond. And then once it's all done, I'll show you our next step, what we're going to do. This is pre-VBS stuff, getting ready for Vacation Bible School, so we're getting a lot of props made. These are going to be big boulders I'm making. You'll see later on. Okay, let me see if I can do this while I'm filming. Shake it up real good, and then it came out pretty fast. Then you're going to stick it together. It's hard to do with one hand. I'm going to stick it together like that. Pull it apart. And push it back down. Alright, so you get the idea at least. Glue all the blocks together like this and just keep going as big and wide as I want. Then I'll come back with a knife and I'll begin to cut and shape it once it all hardens into my desired boulder. Alright, I got everything all glued up. It's all solid as a rock. I think I'm going to keep this shape and kind of bring this up kind of like this at an angle and kind of all sides, kind of make it like a point almost. And I might keep some of these little shelves as I get it closer. Let's just start carving it and see how it goes. I'm going to use a sawzall. I have this blade for my sawzall. Do the big cuts, take the big stuff off. But I also got this cut's really good. Just a hacksaw blade. It's a rasp, and really for shaping, a little wire brush works perfect. Let me show you. Just with a wire brush, give you an idea. These sharp corners, shows it really perfectly. So I'm going to start working on this, starting getting the shape, some carving on it, and I'll get back with you in a few minutes. Alright, I'm going to show you the progress. I just started at the bottom and just kind of drew myself a line like up here to a point. And then I'm going around. I got this side kind of sloped, just taking off little by little until it resembles the shape that I want. And then I'll get this side cleaned up, and I'll go back and do my detail stuff on it. But for right now, pretty happy with the way it's coming along. So let me keep carving. Alright, I think that's about all the carving I'm going to do by sawzall. The rest I'm going to do by hand. It's not bad. Once I get it all painted, I'll leave some of these little ledges and cracks like this. On this side, I'm going to rough up some of that stuff so it's not so... I like these little shelves. I want to keep some of those for some detail. So, alright, let me start doing some more work and I'll keep you posted. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy as far as the overall shape goes. I like these little ledges and these natural crevices. Looks like they're natural. I want to leave these as much as I can. I'm just taking the wire brush in these areas that are sharp edges, just kind of going over the edges like this. Just here and there. Got some of that sharpness. And I'm going to go get some concrete. I'm going to cast this one in concrete. You'll really see a big difference once I'm all done with that. I'll fill all this in. Areas like this, I'm just going to rough up real good. The more you shape this, the more you play with it, the better you can get. So just keep working until you get what you like. I think for me, I kind of like the way that looks right there. Just like that profile right there, it looks like something from the desert. Once I cut it in concrete, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get that done next, and I'll go right with you. All right, I got the mud all mixed up here, and this is just some type S mortar. Got this here. That's mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and apply it from the bottom up, and I'll get back with you in a second. Alright, I got a real light coat of stucco mud. I had to really push it in there with my hand to get it to stick to the styrofoam and wipe it in real good, but I got it all coated. Looks fantastic. So once this dries, I'll do another coat, a thicker coat, and go from there. Good morning. It's all dry the next day. It's you can still push it on because it's styrofoam, but it's just the first coat. Like I said, I did a real light coat. I took this sandpaper and just go along, just hitting the light stuff, just real light like this, all around it. Just I did that over the whole thing. Now I'm gonna get my hopper out. I'm gonna try to shoot a coat of texture on it and see how that goes. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes since I textured it, or sprayed it on, I should say. I got a nice texture. I don't know if you can see that in the video if it shows up. Came out really nice. A lot better than put it on by hand. It's kind of like what they have at the theme parks. So if you have a hopper, that's the way to go. I definitely recommend this. Now I'll let it dry, and I'll paint it. And this is the last video I'm going to do. I'll to the painted product later, but at least you get an idea.